I'll balance 3 coins on my hand. 1. Let's try again, shall we? 1, 2, 3, and voila!
Wow, how did you do that?
Yeah, it was so cool.
This is known as magnetic force, where magnets attract and repel. In this case, these coins can balance on their edges, one on top of another, making them float.
And magnets attract magnetic materials such as iron and steel. That's why the steel coins get attracted to one another.
May I try?
Sure.
Okay, steady.
Steady,
Steady,
Einstein.
first coin.
Steady, steady.
Keep it going.
Keep it going. Very tricky. Very tricky.
Eureka! Now I get it. These
This
magical
bag.
coins get attracted to
The magnet. Ta-da!
because they're made out of a magnetic material.
Like magic.
It's not magic. It is science, Brainy bro.
Exactly. Take the maglev train as an example. When the train is moving, it will repel the tracks, making it float. As it gets closer to the train station, it will attract the tracks, making it slower in order to stop. The maglev train got its name by the word maglev, meaning magnetic levitation.
And under the rails are superconducting magnets. Superconducting magnets are electromagnets that are cooled to extreme temperature during use, which dramatically increases the power of the magnetic field.
That's magnetism on a bigger scale for you, just like the magical coin you've got here, Newton.
Correct. Magnets are amazing. Aha! I've another discovery to share. I need both of you to help me.
Another one? Really? You have been on a roll of discoveries, huh?
Here are 2 drinking cans and my magic book of spells. Now I shall cast a spell on this pencil. Magnetic Leviosa. Check this out, guys.
Isn't it amazing?
It surely is.
Can you share with us how you did that?
Sure. It is very, very simple. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! I have hidden magnet inside my magic book of spells. You can try this with your friends and families and they will be impressed. But do not tell this to anyone. It's a very, very valuable secret.
I know. It is called magnetic levitation.
Or magnetic suspension. It's a method by which an object is suspended with no other support other than magnetic fields.
And magnetic force is also used to counteract the effects of gravity.
This relates to the pencil floating in mid-air.
This is magnificent.
We have certainly discovered many characteristics of magnets today.
This is definitely going in the book of history. Now I'm going back to my lab to see if magnetism improves light bulbs.
And I am going to check if magnetism affects my formula. E equals mc squared.
That sounds magnificent.
I will meet you if I find any other discoveries, bros. Until then,
We are the 3 Brainy Bros.
Vote for us, P007.
The 3 Brainy Bros signing out.
All right, thank you, 3 Brainy Bros. All right, judges, do you have any questions? Maybe we'll start off with Prof. Lim.
Yes, well, the 3 Brainy Bros. I like that you bring out 3 very interesting people historically. I can see you have Einstein, Newton, and Edison.
yeah.
I was expecting something about light bulb. So can you think of something that you can do with magnet and light bulb? Have you thought of something?
I've seen in a video that like they attach a magnet on the light bulb, and then like when they just hover it above the the thing, like where the socket
Yeah,
is, and then you just leave it,
okay.
and then it just get attracted to the socket, like so the
Yeah.
energy can flow also.
Yeah.
Yeah. So imagine you can have light bulb which are like what you demonstrated, right? With the levitated
Yeah.
pencil. Imagine all the light bulb like
Yes.
floating. That'd be quite cool, right? That can be your Halloween trick, even like this kind of light bulb floating around. Okay,
Yeah.
well done.
Yeah,
I
good
enjoy your
idea.
presentation, full of energy. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, the three Brainy Bros. Very good job. I like your costume. I like the experiment. By the way, is that plates on Newton's costume?
Oh,
Big, big.
that's a ruffle.
It's
Nice,
plain.
very creative. I like the experiment. In fact, I was trying out the coin trick myself. I realized you need a
Wow.
very powerful magnet. See, I got a very big one. Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah,
cool.
you
It's
got
very
it.
magical. Yeah. Thanks. I learned a lot. Good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi guys, awesome job. I mean, if you're making one of the judges follow one of your experiments, you know you're going on the right direction. So really well done. I love your costumes. I love the energy you had, and we all learned something from you. Keep it up.
Thank you. So much. Muchas gracias.
All right, well done, P007, the three Brainy Bros. Shall we just magnetic Leviosa to their video? Okay, what shall
Hello everyone, we are the Three Brainy Bros. Good afternoon, Newton. Hola, Edson. Hi, Einstein. Long time no see, bro. Any interesting findings after your great discovery of gravity? I discovered gravity, and now I'm going to show all of you how I can defy gravity. I can show you how I can make these coins and this pencil float. Impossible! How can these things float in the air? It is possible. Watch me closely. I shall put 3 coins on my hand. 1, 2, 3, and voila! Wow! How did you do that? Yeah, it's so cool. This is known as magnetic force, where magnets attract and repel. In this case, these coins get balanced on their edges, one top of another, making them float. And magnets attract magnetic materials such as iron and steel. That's why the steel coins get attracted to one another. Can I try? Sure. Eureka! Now I get it. These magical coins get attracted to the magnet. Ta-da! Because they're made out of a magnetic material. Like magic. It's not magic, it is science, Brainy bro. Exactly. Take the maglev train as an example. When the train is moving, it will repel the tracks, making it float. As it gets closer to a train station, it will attract the tracks, making it slower in order to stop. The maglev train got its name by the word maglev, meaning magnetic levitation. And under the rails are superconducting magnets. Superconducting magnets are electromagnets that are cooled to extreme temperature during use, which dramatically increases the power of the magnetic field. That's magnetism on a bigger scale for you, just like the magical coins you got here, Newton. Correct. Magnets are amazing. Aha! I've another discovery to share. I need both of you to help me. Another one? Really? You have been on a roll of discoveries, huh? Here I have 2 drinking cans and my magic book of spells. Now I shall cast a spell on this pencil. Magnetic Leviosa. Check this out, guys. Isn't it amazing? It surely is. Can you share with us how you did that?
Sure. It's very, very simple. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! I have hidden a magnet inside it. You can try this with your friends and families and they will be very impressed. But do not tell this. It's a very, very valuable secret.
I know. It is called magnetic levitation.
Or magnetic suspension. It's a method by which an object is suspended with no other support other than magnetic fields.
And magnetic force is also used to counteract the effects of gravity. This relates to the pencil floating in mid-air.
This is magnificent.
We have certainly discovered many characteristics of magnets today. This is definitely going in the book of history. Now I'm going back to my lab to see if magnetism improves light bulbs.
And I am going to check if magnetism affects my formula E = mc squared. That sounds magnificent.
I will meet you if I find any other discoveries, bros. Until then,
We are the 3 Brainy Bros.
vote for us in the link below.
The 3 Brainy Bros signing out.
Well, that was really magnificent indeed. Okay, thank you so much, Team P007. Now we have our next team ready with team code of P130. We have Junior Science Trio from Singnan Primary. So their description will go like, do you know about the anti-rapid test and how it works? And how is the test verified to be accurate to detect the virus within our body? So how does the test line on the ART appear when the test has detected the COVID-19 virus? So your questions about this antigen rapid test will be answered during their demonstration. So let's have our team P130 on screen. Hello team. Hello. Can you hear? Yes, great. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Yes? Okay, great. If you're ready, your 5 minutes of busking, you may begin.
Good morning, judges. Today, we will be presenting to you about how the COVID-19 swab test works. Hi, are you waiting for your COVID-19 swab test result? Yes, indeed. Wait, but I thought the swab tests are done by professionals at the hospital or at the lab and takes a long time to get the results. What you're talking about is the polymerase chain reaction test, or PCR in short. That test can detect the genetic material of the COVID-19 virus. This represents the genetic material of the virus that PCR detects. But this PCR test requires professionals to spend hours or even days to conduct the test at the hospital or at the lab. The test I am conducting is called the antigen rapid test. This new antigen test is safe for non-professionals to do in the comfort of their own home within 15 to 30 minutes only. Wow, that is so cool. I wonder how this new antigen rapid test detects the COVID-19 virus. That's a very good question. Honestly, I don't know how it works. But I do know who we can ask to unravel the secrets of this mysterious swab test. Let's summon the Junior Science Trio! Hi! I heard that you guys summoned us to learn how the antigen rapid test can detect the recent COVID-19 virus. Before we continue, let us introduce ourselves. I'm Joy. Wait, there's something wrong. Where is Shruti and Tulin? Here they are. Okay, let's continue to introduce ourselves. I'm Joy. I'm Shruti. And I'm Tulin. Together, we are the Junior Science Trio. We are here to explain everything you need to know about these amazing swab tests. To carry out a test, you first need to take a sample of mucus from the back of one's throat or nose using a swab. This is our swab model, and these plastic balls represent millions of microbes that can be found in the mucus. When you take a sample of your mucus, There are many different types of germs. So how exactly does the antigen rapid test detect the COVID-19 virus out of so many microbes? Well, first of all, let's look at the difference between the COVID-19 virus and other germs. The COVID-19 virus has surface proteins that are spiky and look like crowns. No wonder scientists call them corona, which means crown in Latin. But does this help the test detect the right virus? That's a very good question. Well, in order for the test to work, something has to detect the protein of the virus. Can you guess what it is? Well, luckily there is something for that. It is called an antibody. Antibodies can recognize the virus surface proteins, which are called antigens. Antibodies and antigens are something like keys and locks. However, antibodies don't unlock doors. They fit into antigens. Oh, I get it. So the antibodies detect the antigens, which are the surface proteins of the COVID-19 virus. Yes, exactly. But then, how does the test line on the test line of the antigen rapid test appear? Let us explain it to you. This is the COVID-19 virus. These are the antigens on the membrane of the virus cell. This is an antigen that possibly fell out from the virus. And this is the test line. Well, that sample of germs we talked about just now will be added to the test line where a bunch of antibodies recognize and capture the COVID-19 antigens. Another layer of antibodies is then used. This sandwiches the antigens between the two layers. But this time, these antibodies in the second layer are labeled with a dye that makes them visible to the naked eye, causing the test line to appear if the result is positive. It is so cool how science can be used to create a gadget that can be used for our lives to keep us safe. Yes, indeed. Well, we hope you guys learned a bit more about how the antigen rapid test works after hearing our explanation. Bye! See you next time! And remember, it's the Junior Science Trio!
Thank you so much, girls, for that presentation. Judges, questions or feedback for the girls? Maybe Dr. Robert can go first.
Sure. Well done, girls. I really enjoyed that, and I think it was a very relevant topic that you chose. What made you choose specifically the antigen rapid test to focus on?
So we actually wanted to talk about this COVID-19 pandemic. And right now, Singapore is moving to letting COVID-19 be like a normal virus and using the antigen rapid test to test if we have the virus or not. So we want to educate people more about the antigen rapid test and how it works. Like before we actually came up with this topic, we wanted to talk about how thermal, like the snakes, the snakes can how their thermal vision can help them. So we actually wanted to relate it with how the COVID-19, the thermometer can sense our temperature. But then one time I was at home and then my mother brought back this ART test kit, and I came up with this idea that we could do a topic on the COVID-19 test kit. Because back then, not a lot of people really know what it is. So we just want to educate people about it.
So I think that's great. I mean, that's the whole point of science and education, is to educate people of why they're doing something. This is especially relevant today. So well done.
Okay, well, I must say that for primary school students, you attack or you address a rather high-level topic. So who teach you about the antigen, antibodies? Because it is something that you certainly never learn at primary school, right?
Yeah.
So how do you get to know about that?
We researched a bit online, but my father is also a scientist professor at NTU, so he actually he helped us a lot with the explanation and how it works, because the websites might not explain it clearly, or we might not understand because they use really complicated terms. So we will ask her father to explain it to us better.
Okay, very good. I like the way you use that simulated swap stick, and then you put into the tub of all kinds of things, and you cleverly having some. Is it a magnetic kind of thing that you attached the virus particle? Is magnetic or what? It is.
It's added like this magnet balls to
Right.
to the
Okay.
virus.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's
Yes.
like magnet,
Yes.
it will like
Yeah.
attract the metal.
Very good. I thought that is creative and innovative. And at the Science Center, we may use one of your ideas of such to do some explanation. And who knows, we may even invite you to come to be our guest science explainer to explain the ART. Okay, I think you tackle a very interesting topic. Well done. Thank you. It's very relevant. Thank you.
Hi, Junior Science Trio. Good job. I love your energy. And I just taken the ART test this morning. So I didn't really know exactly what's going on. I think I learned a lot today. Thank you so much. Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, judges, and thank you once again to Team P130. Let's catch their video right now.
Hi! Are you waiting for your COVID-19 swab test result? Yes, indeed. Wait, but I thought the swab tests are done by professionals at the hospital or the lab. It takes a long time to get the results.
I'm not sure. I just picked it up from the pharmacy. But I do know who we can ask to learn more about this mysterious swab test.
Let's summon the Junior Science Trio! Hi! We heard that you guys summoned us to learn how the swab test can detect the recent COVID-19 virus. Before we continue, let us introduce ourselves. I'm Joy.
I'm Shruti. And I'm Dulin. And
Together, we are the Junior Science Trio!
we are here to explain everything you need to know about these amazing swab tests.
There are two different types of tests that can detect if you have COVID-19 or not. The polymerase chain reaction test, or PCR in short, and the antigen rapid test.
I know that a PCR can detect the genetic material of the virus.
Yes, indeed. This is the RNA of the virus that PCR detects.
However, the PCR test requires professionals to spend hours or even days to do the test in the hospital or the lab. There's another type of test that is simpler to use and more affordable. It is called the antigen rapid test. This new antigen test is safe for non-professionals to conduct in the comfort of their own homes within 15 to 30 minutes only.
Wow, that is so cool. But I wonder how this antigen test works. To carry out the test, you first need to take a sample of mucus from the back of one's throat or nose using a swab.
This is our swab model.
And this plastic ball represents millions of microbes that can be found in your mucus. When you take a sample of your mucus, there are many different types of germs.
So how exactly does the antigen rapid test detect the COVID-19 virus out of so many microbes?
Well, first of all, let's look at the difference between the COVID-19 virus and other germs. The COVID-19 virus has surface proteins that are spiky and look like crowns.
No wonder scientists called them corona, which means crown in Latin.
But does this help the test detect the right virus? That's a very good question. Well, in order for the test to work, something has to detect the protein of the virus. Can you guess what it is?
I know something for that. It is called an antibody. Antibodies can recognize the surface proteins of the virus called antigens, which are something like keys and locks.
However, antibodies don't unlock doors. They fit into antigens.
Oh, I get it. So the antibodies detect the antigens which are the surface proteins of the COVID-19 virus. Yes, exactly. But then, how does the test line on the test line of the antigen rapid test appear?
Let us explain it to you. Well, that sample of germs we talked about just now will be added to the test line where a bunch of antibodies recognize and capture the antigens. Another layer of antibodies is then used, but this time the antibodies are labeled with a dye that makes them visible to the naked eye, causing the test line to appear as the results positive. It is so cool that science can be used to create a gadget that can be useful in our daily lives. Yes, indeed.
Well, we hope you guys know a bit more about how the SWOT tests work after hearing our explanation.
Bye! See you next time!
And remember,
It's the Junior Science Trio!
Okay, that was the video submitted by Team P130 Junior Science Drill from Singnan Primary School. Right. So next up, we have the team from CHID, Our Lady Queen of Peace, team P08, sorry, P066, the Amazing Water Experts. So what are they showing? They will be showing how to create a magical mist in a bottle in 2 simple steps. First, okay, I'll not share this. They will share it during the live presentation. Okay, so can we have them up on screen? Hi, amazing water experts. Can you hear us?
Yes, we
Great.
can hear you clearly.
All right. So are you guys ready? Ready to go?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Okay, you have 5 minutes. You may begin.
Hi everyone! I'm Janelle Wu.
And I am Nadine.
We are the Amazing Water Experts, also known as the AWE.org. Today, we have 2 experiments that we would like to introduce to you.
Yes, I can't wait any longer. Can we get started now?
Sure, without further ado, let's begin. Hey, do you remember the times where it rained heavily in Singapore? Well, sometimes I find the dark rain cloud so cool.
Yeah, sure. But do you know what's even cooler? Me showing you and the audience how to make a cloud.
Really? How? I don't believe Nadine. I bet the $2 that she can't do it.
Sure, the money will be mine.
We'll see about that, but please carry on, Nadine.
Thanks. To make a cloud, you need a few important items such as a clear plastic bottle, some alcohol, a pump, and not forgetting me, Smart Nadine. First, pour some alcohol into the clear plastic bottle. Then, put the tip of the pump into the bottle and pump some air into it. Make sure there are no holes for the air to escape.
It takes about 3 to 4 pumps for this experiment to work.
Then, remove the tip of the pump and poof! Watch the clouds appear and be amazed by the magic before your eyes.
Wow, that's so cool!
Yep, in this experiment, the alcohol acts like the dust, providing something cool for the water droplets to attach to. When you increase pressure in your soda bottle by pumping air in, the air molecules collide with each other and warm the bottle. Releasing the pressure causes the water vapor to condense quickly, forming a cloud.
Well, I think Nadine deserves the $2. Don't you agree? But now, it's my turn to show my experiment.
Okay, impress me.
I'm about to teach all of you how to make an easy science-type experiment that will teach us something about density. Nadine, do you have some aluminium foil?
Hey, I thought this was your experiment. Don't you agree?
Well, yeah, you caught me. I do have some aluminium foil, but I'm not about to use it to wrap and grill something. I'm about to blow your mind. Anyway, to make the experiment, you will need a container filled with water, a smaller container or cup also filled with water, a sheet of aluminium foil, and last but not least, your dry erase markers. First, draw an image on your aluminium foil with a dry erase marker. Next, put the sheet of aluminium foil onto the surface of the water. Finally, take your small cup or container filled with water and pour some water onto it. Look, the dots I've drawn are now floating on the water. How cool is that?
Whoa, that's so cool.
Yes. Also, do you know what the ink in a dry erase marker is? Well, if you don't, that's okay, because I'm about to tell you. The ink in a dry erase marker is oily silicon polymer. Oily silicon polymer is oily, and therefore when water is poured, it slips off the aluminium. However, if you use a permanent marker which ink contains acrylic polymer resin, it ensures that the ink sticks onto the aluminium. Thus, the experiment would not work.
Oh, I get it. However, can you explain a little more on why the image floats on water and does not dissolve?
Well, like I said earlier, the ink in a the ink in a dry erase marker is oily silicon polymer. Oily silicon polymer is insoluble in water. This means that it doesn't dissolve in water. In addition, oily silicon polymer is less dense than water. And when an object is less dense than water, it is buoyant and floats onto the water surface.
I understand now.
Well, since we have some time, shall we share with the audience why we are called the amazing water experts?
Sure, that's because we love doing experiments that are related to water. I'm sure some of you may have already guessed that, right?
The first experiment was related to condensation of water, and the second was related to density of water.
Also, if you happen to need to make a science experiment, you can think of science,
Fun,
and us.
unfortunately, it's time to bid you farewell. We hope you had an awesome time with us. We surely had with you. What about you?
Thank you.
And goodbye.
Thank you, amazing water experts. We enjoyed the experiments. So, on to the judges. Kiki, do you want to go first?
Yes, hi, the amazing water expert. Indeed, you are expert. I'm quite amazed at the dry erase ink experiment. I think I'm going to try it myself. Is there a reason why you use aluminum foil? Like, does it work on paper as well?
No, it will not work on paper because like the ink will seep through the paper. You need a smooth surface. You can actually use a plate as well. I think it works better, but to prevent accidents here, because I'm quite a clumsy person, we decided to go with aluminum foil, which is another option.
Okay, as you say, you're a clumsy person, you knock the glass off, the cup off. Anyway, good job, very entertaining. I learned a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So thanks, girls. This was a really fun experiment, and I like that you showed two different experiments and you had that going with the skit. I'm just curious why one person won $2 and the other didn't reverse the bet, but that's okay. I have one question about the clouds. Does it matter what percentage of alcohol you're using to create the clouds? Do you know,
actually,
or what percentage are you using?
For us, we played around with the alcohol. So we found out that the more alcohol you add into the container, the more clouds that you see, the foggier it becomes. And so we used quite a lot of alcohol, so then it will be good enough for you guys to see. And this is 70% historical alcohol.
Yeah, so please don't try with your beer cans, like the beer you have. Yeah, it doesn't work. We tried and it failed.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy you tell us, so that's good. So you've actually come up with an experiment and you've gone and tried different avenues to go about doing it with different reagents. So that's an extra bonus. Well done.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, indeed, well done, the awesome girls. And since you are a water expert, can you share with us some other property of water that may be used for science trick, science demo? Probably something that you play with when you're very young in the bathtub. Can you think of something so that you can build up, since you claim to be a water expert and you love to play with water, you can create one whole repertoire of all kinds of tricks using water. So share with us one or two, maybe as a child in the bathtub reminded you of something that can become a science show.
Well, there was once I left my orange juice on the table and I totally forgot about it the whole night. The next day, I thought it disappeared, like who drank it? And I accidentally blamed my mom on it because she also loves the orange juice. But after learning about the water cycle and how water evaporates or liquid evaporates, I realized that I was wrong. And I find the water cycle very interesting, and that also motivated us to do these experiments because water is part of our daily lives, and these experiments aren't too hard to do. So because of COVID-19, we can't have interaction. Well, you can try it at home.
Yeah, and I remember there was one time that my mom was cooking some soup, and she was like, she had to boil the water before putting in the stock, and she put a lid on top of the pot, and I was wondering why there was water on the lid, and then I asked her, and she told me that it was because of condensation when the water vapor touches the cooler surface, and it will condense.
Good. Thank you. So water is very important for us. I mean, without water, we cannot have life. So you could also look into other aspects. For example, how water can using certain. I won't tell you. You got to go do your own research. How does water get transported from the soil deep down, and how is it get all the way up to the treetop into every single leaves? Right, so that is something also because of the unique property of water. Otherwise, the plants cannot grow so tall and they cannot so-called drink water from the soil. I leave it to you, and that may inspire you to do yet another science demo. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. I certainly agree. Water is a source of life.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yes, water is definitely a source of life. I agree as well. What do you think, Diana?
Totally agree. In need of water right now. Okay. Anyway, let's proceed to watch P066 video right now.
Hi everyone, I'm Janelle. And I am Nadine. We are the amazing water experts, also known as the AWE, the AWE. Today, we have two different experiments that we would like to introduce to you. Yes, I can't wait any longer. Can we get started now? Sure, without further ado, let's begin. Do you remember the times when it rained heavily in Singapore? Well, sometimes I find the dark rain cloud so cool. Yeah, sure. But do you know what's even cooler? Me showing you and the audience how to make a cloud. Really? How? I don't believe it. I bet her $2 that you can't do it. Sure. The money will be mine. We'll see about that, but please carry on. Thanks. To make a cloud, you need a few important materials, such as a clear plastic bottle, some alcohol, a pump, and not forgetting me, Smart Nadine. First, pour some alcohol into the clear plastic bottle. Then, put the tip of the pump into the bottle and pump some air into it. Make sure there are no holes for the air to escape. It takes about 2 to 3 pumps for this experiment to work. Then, remove the tip of the pump and poof! Watch the clouds appear and be amazed by the magic before your eyes. Ooh, that's so cool! Yup, in this experiment, the alcohol acts like the dust, providing something cool for the water droplets to attach to. When you increase pressure in your soda bottle by pumping air in, the air molecules collide with each other and warm the bottle. Releasing the pressure causes the water vapor to condense quickly, forming a cloud. I think Nadine deserves the $2, but now allow me to show you my experiment. I'm going to teach all of you how to make an easy science art experiment that will teach us something about density. Here, I have some aluminium foil. But I'm not about to use it to wrap and grill something, I'm about to blow your mind. Anyway, in this experiment, you need a container filled with water, a cup also filled with water, dry erase markers, and last but not least, a sheet of aluminium foil. First, use the dry erase marker and draw an image on the aluminium foil. In this case, I have drawn dots. Next, put the sheet of aluminium foil onto the surface of the water. And finally, pour some water onto it. Look, the dots I've drawn are now floating on the water. Wow, this experiment is short and easy. However, can you explain a little more on why the dots float and don't dissolve? Well, that's because I use a dry erase marker. The ink in a dry erase marker is... Do you know? If you don't, that's fine, because I'm about to tell you. The ink in a dry erase marker is oily silicon polymer. Oily silicon polymer is insoluble in water. This means that it doesn't dissolve in water. In addition, oily silicon polymer is less dense than water. And when an object is less dense than water, it becomes buoyant and floats onto the water. Oh, I get it now. On the contrary, if you use a permanent marker which ink contains acrylic polymer resin, it will ensure that the ink sticks onto the aluminium and will not allow the experiment to work. Since we have some time now, Helene, shall we tell the audience why we're called the Amazing Water Experts?
Sure, that's because we love doing experiments that are related to water. I'm sure some of you may have already guessed that right.
The first experiment was related to condensation of water, and the second was related to density of water.
Anyways, if you happen to need to make a science experiment, you can think of science, fun, and us.
We hope you have learned something new, fun, interesting from us, Theo. And also, I hope you found our experiments awesome.
Have fun and goodbye!
That was an awesome video indeed. Okay, thank you so much, Team P066. Now we have our next team, P069, also from CHIJ, Our Lady Queen of Peace. They are Geishas Ghost, right? Yep, okay, so they will be showing various experiments just by using guess. So let's see them on screen right now. Okay, sincere apologies on that because they're from the same school, so probably they just require slightly more time. So let's have Geishas Ghost on screen right now. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Okay, can you hear us? Yes?
Yes, I can.
Great. Okay, if you are ready, your 5 minutes of asking, you may begin.
Welcome to the humble home of the Geishas Ghost. I am Shahira.
I'm Giselle.
And I'm your wife. Here, we do fascinating potions and spells that will blow your mind.
And it's actually mainly about something that we are made out of. Can you guess it?
Air, of course, air. What else would be made of than silk? Anyways, let's get on to our top 3 potions that we have brewed in the past few centuries. Let's go!
Have you ever wondered how clouds are formed?
Water droplets, duh. But do you know they can actually be formed by water droplets? Yes, and air here and there to form it. But air, people, air. But how? That's the question.
Well then, why don't we find out?
For this potion, we will need rubbing alcohol, a large bottle, a push pin, and a pair of scissors. First, unscrew the cap.
And add a small amount of rubbing alcohol into the bottle.
That will be enough. Afterwards, you use the push pin to plunge a hole into the cap. Then, use a pair of scissors to widen the hole just enough for the palm needle to fit through. Close the cap again and swirl the bottle around so that the rubbing alcohol can go everywhere on the bottle. After that, we pump, and pump. About 20 times to do the trick. And then we release. Wow, it's a real cloud. But how? The rubbing alcohol acts like dust, providing something cool for the water droplets to attach to. As you pump and pump and pump, you're gradually adding more and more and more pressure to the inside of the bottle. This causes the air molecules in the bottle to collide with each other and warm the bottle.
So that means when you unscrew the cap, it all releases very quickly, kind of how like real clouds are formed.
Oh, I get it. Well then, let's move on to our next potion. For this potion, we'll need a balloon pump, a balloon, but we'll be using our friend Gary, a valve-type bottle cap, a disc, and a hot glue gun. First, we use the hot glue gun to attach the valve-type bottle cap and the disc together. Make sure it's secure and there's no gaps. Afterwards, we have to use a pump to pump Gary out. After that, we'll put the balloon onto the valve-type bottle cap. Then we release. Wow, it's actually hovering. But how? Well, the air released by the balloon causes a cushion of moving air between the disc and the surface.
That leaves the CD and reduces friction, which allows it to hold freely.
Well then, thank you for the explanation, but we really need to save Gary. With our next potion, which we call the Resurrection Balloon.
For this potion, you'll need a bottle, vinegar, a funnel, and baking soda, as well as Gary.
First, pour some vinegar into the bottle. Meanwhile, we'll use the funnel to fill Gary up with baking soda. About this will be enough. Next, we put the Gary onto the bottle. And then we release. Wow! It actually looks like he's resurrecting from the dead. But how? When baking soda and vinegar are mixed together, it creates a gas called carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide then expands to take up the space in the bottle. Afterwards, when there's no more space to take up in the bottle, it starts inflating Gary.
Oh, I get it now.
Well, with such simple explanations, we can conduct all types of experiments. Tick, tick, tick. Well, time is running out now, so with a snap of a finger, we leave our smartness to linger.
All right,
Thank you so much, team. Now, our judges, do you have any questions or feedback for the team? Maybe Kiki can go first.
Yes, hi, Geishas Ghost. Good job. I like your energy. Good presentation and interesting experiment. And good job to Gary as well. I've got no question. Thank you.
Who is Gary?
The balloon.
Is there?
The balloon.
I know it's a balloon, but is there a real person Gary?
No.
I know. I mean, is there a real person Gary that inspired you to call the balloon Gary?
They actually called Gary because ghost is not a G. So the first name we could think of is actually Gary. So Gary the ghost. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, so it's all teamed together that you appear as the Geishas Ghost. You're all in white, and therefore Gary the ghost is also in white. And you could have released Gary and let it see whether it will float around as your grand finale. That will it float around if you were to let it off? I don't know whether will it like fly off? Try and see.
It's stuck.
Oh. Yeah. So what you could have done? I mean, since it's so powerful that it flew off, if you put some, if you make Gary with maybe a bit of long hair or something, you will just fly off, right? So that will be your grand finale. I like the way you disappeared behind the desk. I don't know whether that's a very ghostly thing to do, but all in character. So very nice. I also noticed your costume has got some flowery looking thing on. Is that something done by yourself?
Yeah. I did on.
Oh, it's cobweb. Okay, so well, very nice, but only 2 cobwebs. Yours without. Yeah.
Yeah. It's because
Only 2 sets of cobwebs. Ran out of cobwebs. Couldn't catch a spider and make some more, right? Okay, well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well done, Geishas Ghost, together with your featuring Gary. I like that you did 3 different experiments, both that kind of had a theme that followed through. I'm thinking, can you think of any example of your CD disc experiment which you've seen around in the real world?
Actually, I think that rockets, when they are about to go into space and like launch, there's fire underneath the rocket. I think that the fire is used to because when the surrounding air gains heat and expands, it helps the rocket to be
Like push
launched
it up.
further.
Like
Yeah.
push it up.
Okay, cool. And I was also thinking, like, if you're in amusement parks, have you ever played like air hockey, which is kind of a reverse of it, where the air is blowing from the bottom to lift the disc up? So that's quite nice. You remove the friction away. So well done. Enjoyed that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that was P069, the Geishas Ghost. So let's head on to their video.
Welcome to the humble home of the Geishas Ghost. I'm Shahira. I'm Giselle. And I'm Yoai. Here, we brew fascinating potions and spells that'll blow your mind. And it's actually mainly about something that we are made out of. Can anyone guess it? Air, of course, air. What else will we be made of then? Silk. Anyways, let's get on to our top 3 potions that we have brewed in the past few centuries. Let's go! Have you ever wondered how clouds are formed? Water droplets, duh! But do you know they can be formed by water droplets, yes, and partially air here and there to form it? But air, people, air. But how? That's the question. Well then, let's find out. For this potion, we will need a large bottle, rubbing alcohol, a push pin, a balloon pump, and a pair of scissors. First, add a small amount of rubbing alcohol into the large bottle. Well, this must do the trick. And then we screw on the cap. And twirl the bottle around in order for the rubbing alcohol to go everywhere in the bottle. Afterwards, you remove the cap again, so that you can use the push pins to plunge a hole into the cap. Afterwards, use a pair of scissors and widen the hole just enough for the palm needle to fit through. And after that, we put the balloon pump nozzle in and then we pump and pump. About 20 times to do the trick. And then we release. Wow, it's a real cloud! But how? The rubbing alcohol acts like dust, providing something cool for the water droplets to attach to. As you pump and pump and pump, you're gradually adding more and more and more pressure to the inside of the bottle, causing the air molecules inside the bottle to collide each other and warm the bottle. That means when you release the pump, it all releases very quickly, kind of how like real clouds are formed. Oh, now I get it. Well then, let's move on to our next experiment. For this potion, we'll need a valve-type bottle cap, a disc, a balloon pump, a balloon, but we'll be using Gary, and a hot glue gun. First, we use a hot glue gun to attach the valve-type bottle cap together with the CD. Make sure it's secure. Then, we'll inflate our friend Gary with the balloon pump. Go Gary, go Gary. After that, we'll put Gary onto the valve-type bottle cap. Make sure it's closed. And then we release. Wow, he moved. But how? Well, the air released by the balloon causes a cushion of moving air between the CD and the surface. This lifts the CD and reduces friction, which allows it to hover freely. Oh, I get it now. But I'm pretty sure we have to revive Gary now with our next potion, which we call the Resurrection Balloon. For this potion, you will need a large bottle, a funnel, vinegar, baking soda, and Gary, but you can use a balloon. First, we fill in the bottle with some vinegar. Meanwhile, we'll fill Gary up with baking soda. About that much will do the trick. Next, we put on Gary onto the bottle and then we lift him up. Wow! He's alive again! But how? Well, when baking soda and
and vinegar are mixed together, it creates a gas called carbon dioxide. Then the carbon dioxide takes up the space in the bottle, and then once it's no more space, it starts filling up dairy. Thus, dairy is alive. Oh, I get it now. Wow. With such simple explanations, we can create all sorts of experiments. Well then, I guess it's time to say goodbye, because with a snap of a finger, we leave our smartness to later.
Okay, that was Geishas Ghost. I hope you enjoyed their ghastly encounter. Right, Diana?
Nice fun, nice try, Marcus. All right, let's go.
Okay, the next up, we have Team P084 by Sweater Weather. Also from CHIJ, our CHIJ, Our Lady Queen of Peace. So Sweater Weather is incorporating natural phenomena into their science demonstration. First, they will create a makeshift oven that uses solar energy to heat up food placed in it. Then they will model the water cycle by using a bowl of hot water and some ice. Finally, they will conjure a water tornado by swirling a bottle of water. So let's bring them up on screen. Hello, Sweater Weather. Are you guys there?
Oh.
Oh, wow. Okay, you have 5 minutes. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Sahasra.
I'm Sabrina.
And I'm Zara.
Together, we are the Sweater Weathers.
Hey guys, today is a sunny day and the temperature is 42 degrees Celsius.
What? It's so hot.
It's a perfect day to eat melted cheese. Let me show you how to do that. Wow, what is this? Is it a magic box? No, it's actually a solar oven. It uses the sun's heat for cooking. You can place this oven outdoors and put it in a sunny spot. Adjust the aluminum flap until the most sunlight possible is reflecting off the aluminum flap and onto the plastic cover window. Let me show you. Inside, I have already placed 2 slices of cheese. Now we have to wait 1 hour.
Look, the cheese has melted.
This happens because the sun's heat is trapped inside the oven. The light rays from the sun are reflected off the aluminum foil and into the opening of the box. This heats up the air trapped in the box. The black paper inside absorbs the heat, thus making the oven hot enough to melt the cheese.
That is interesting, and I can't wait to eat the cheese. But don't forget about the weather report, Sabrina.
Oh yes, let me continue, Sahasra. The temperature is 42 degrees Celsius and there'll be no chances of rain today.
What? No rain? I love rain. Why does the sky hate me?
Fear not, Sasha. Let me show you how to create rain. I have placed this plastic wrap over this container of hot water. Then I place ice on top. Watch what happens to it after a while.
I can see water droplets forming under the plastic wrap. Look, the water droplets are dripping down.
Yes, the hot water represents the waters in the seas and oceans that are heated up by the sun. As water gains heat, it changes into water vapor. This is called evaporation. Water vapor will then rise up and touch the cooler air up in the sky. Water vapor will then lose heat and change into water droplets through a process called condensation.
I see. When these droplets are big enough, they fall as rain.
Yes, that's right, Sasha.
I would like to do an experiment regarding the topic of weather also. Ta-da! Would you believe me if I can create a tornado in this bottle?
No way!
Well, let me show you. I have taken one of the bottles and filled it with water. I also connect the both bottles with a runner and some tape. Next, I will then turn the bottle upside down and shake it for 2 to 3 seconds. Look out for the tornado.
Whoa, I can see a tornado!
Yes, the tornado formed in my bottle is caused by a centripetal force. It is an inward-facing force that pulls an object or liquid towards the center of its circular path.
We hope you have learned something new from our weather experiments and weather forecasts.
This is the
Sweater Weathers are signing off. Bye!
Okay, thank you, Sweater Weather. So now it's the time for questions from the judges. Can we have Prof. Lim go first?
Yes. You know the demonstration that you did with the ice and the water droplet condensation coming down. Have you come across something of such nature to collect water, let's say in places where you don't get water supply, right? Because the whole idea is when the air is full of water vapor due to humidity and all that, and when it's cool enough, the droplet will condense and be collected. Have you come across such things that can be used for what we call a jungle survival? Imagine three of you got lost in a jungle and then not enough drinking water. That you can make use of this. Yes. Go ahead.
You can use seawater, and you can drain the water, and then after that you can get collect drinking water.
Yeah, I mean you cannot drink the seawater because the salinity will upset your physiology and will in fact cost you your life if you are not careful. So using the principle that you have, can you imagine something that you may bring along with you? Let's say you go camping, not that you would get lost in the jungle, but what if you got lost? So what material do you think you would bring to enable that condensation to collect some drinking water?
Probably something cool.
Something cool, yeah.
You can use metal because metal is a good conductor. Okay?
Yes, very good. Yeah, because to link up with your first demo, right, you talk about having the black paper and all that because it absorbs heat, whereas the metal shiny area could help you to because of the temperature and all that. Yeah, good. Thank you. I just wanted to extend what you have shown us to something that who knows one day you may find it useful. And with that, you may even invent something for the future, especially when water becoming more and more precious, right? With pollution and all that, we really need clean water. And one way of getting clean water is through that kind of condensation process. Well done. Thank you.
Well done, girls. I enjoyed it, and I want to continue on Prof. Lim's vein. I think you did have a lot of survival themes in there. You had the cooking and you had the collection of water, and that is something you can actually think about moving forward, how you can maybe package those together into one product. But great job. Enjoyed that.
Hi, Sweater Weather. Good presentation. Very clear. I like your energy. Can I ask what made you come up with that name? And what does it mean?
It was actually meant to like rhyme together because we already knew that we were gonna follow on the topic of weather, so we wanted something that may rhyme with weather, so we just chose weather.
Okay, very good. Good job. Thank you.
Okay, that was Sweater Weather. Shall we go and see the videos?
Yep, let's go.
Hi, I'm Sasha. I'm Sabrina. And I'm Zara. Together, we are the Sweater Weather. Hey guys, today is a sunny day and the temperature is 42 degrees Celsius. What? It's so hot. And it's a perfect day to email the cheats. Let me show you how to do that. Wow, what is it? Is it a magic box? No, it's actually a solar oven. It uses the sun's heat for cooking. When it's a sunny day, you can place this oven outdoors and put it in a sunny spot. Adjust the aluminum flex until the most sunlight possible is reflected off the aluminum flex and onto the plastic cover window. Let me show you. You can see I placed 2 slices of cheese inside. Now we have to wait 1 hour. Look, the cheese has melted. This happens because the sun's heat is trapped inside the oven. The sun's light rays are reflected off the aluminum foil and into the opening of the box. This heats up the air trapped in the box. The black paper in the box absorbs the heat, thus making the oven hot enough to melt the cheese. That is interesting. I can't wait to eat it. Don't forget about the weather report, Sabrina. Yes, let me continue, Sahasra. It is 42 degrees Celsius and there will be no chance of rain today. No rain? I love rain. Why does the sky hate me? Fear not. Let me show you how to create rain. I have placed this plastic wrap over this container of hot water. I then have placed ice on top. Watch what happens after a while. I can see water droplets forming under the plastic wrap. Look, the water droplets are dripping down. Yes, the hot water represents the waters in the seas and oceans that are heated up by the sun. As water gains heat, it changes into water vapor. This is called evaporation. Water vapor will rise up and touch the cooler air up in the sky. It will then lose heat and change into water droplets through a process called condensation. I see. When these droplets are big enough, they fall as rain. That's right, Sahasra. I would like to do an experiment regarding the topic of weather also. Ta-da! Would you believe me if I can create a tornado in these bottles? No way! First, I take the two bottles and connect them with a runner or tape. Then, I am going to turn the bottles upside down and shake them for 2 to 3 seconds. Look out for the tornado! Whoa, I can see a tornado! Yes, this happens because when the tornado caused in my bottle is formed by a centrifugal force, an inward-facing force that pulls an object or liquid towards the center of its circular path. I hope you have learned something new from our weather forecast and our weather experiments. The Sweater Weathers are signing off. Bye!
Well, that was a video by Sweater Weather P084. Okay, so now we'll head for a short break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. See you at 3:30.
See you.
Okay, we are back from our short break. So, for those of you who have just joined in, we are actually now live on both the Science Buskers Facebook page as well as the Science Center's YouTube page.
All right, Diana, how's the weather over there?
On this side of the room, well, I'm actually pretty warm. On your side of the room.
I'm feeling quite a bit cold because I'm putting on a jacket because the aircon is under me. So, although we are in the same room,
Well, too bad. Okay, doesn't matter. All right, Marcus, I think some of our viewers are actually very curious about the voting portal. Shall we go through with them once again on how it goes?
sure, let's go. Let's have a look. So you have to log on to www.untamed.edu.sg. After you go on to this page, you will see a game, what looks like a game on the web page itself. So in the middle, you can see a character where you can control. So as you control and follow the instructions step by step, and you have to complete the tutorial before you can vote.
Yep,
Right,
that's
Diana?
right. So actually, do not be alarmed if you go on to the site and you are prompted to actually just play along. Once you are done with the tutorial, will only you be prompted to create an account, and then you can then vote for your favorite team. So it's okay. So just go through the tutorial, play some games and missions, then you can create your account.
Yeah. So once you have account, there you can see many other various booths other than the voting booth. So you can go first to the voting booth to vote for your favorite team. After that, you can explore around for the other booths.
Yep, that's right. So this is actually Untamed online portal. So Singapore Science Buskers is actually conjunction under the Untamed bracket, so umbrella. So you can just go through the site as well while you are on it. Okay. So as you can see on the side, the mini person is actually now on the booth. Can watch and be redirected to a YouTube link where you can watch the team's videos, and then you can vote.
Okay, let's talk a bit about Untamed. What's Untamed?
I don't know, Marcus. Would you like to explain what is Untamed then?
Okay, Untamed is have three different components, if I'm not wrong. Yes.
Yep, that's right.
They have Untamed Online, they have Untamed Day, and Untamed Night.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
absolutely
it's all
right.
happening this month until December.
Yep, that's
Yep.
right. Yep.
Right. So without further ado, I think we have the next team
Yep.
on standby, right?
That's right.
Yep.
Okay, so we have the next team. We have Team P030, stage name Egghead. Very interesting name there. So the description will be that salt does more than give food to flavor. Okay, so eggheads are bringing the amazing Dead Sea right into the heartlands through a simple, quirky, and entertaining showcase on how salt actually affects the buoyancy of objects. So let's see the team egghead on screen. Hello, team. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Great. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, if you're ready, your 5 minutes, you may begin.
Good afternoon, judges. I'm Anika. I'm Chloe. And I'm Lakshana from Tianmin Primary School. We are the three eggheads. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy our presentation. Hi, Anika and Chloe. It's been so long since we met. Did you guys have a nice holiday? Yes, I did. Mine was the best. I learned that I have superpowers when I was young. Really? What is it? Superpowers of our superheroes. Didn't you watch Spider-Man? Silly old elf. How dare you say that? I'm not kidding. I was looking through my photos in my photo album and I saw myself floating the sea. I was even reading a book while floating. Here, let me show you a picture. Wow, that's amazing. You aren't lying, but where exactly did you go? It's called the drama, please. The Dead Sea. The Dead what? You mean actually dead? Is there any zombies, vampires, monsters, or even ghosts that try to eat me? Or even the whole world? Boom! Haven't you heard of to the Dead Sea before? I have, but I thought it was simulated. Well, it can't be helped. Everyone knows that you're a bookworm. Okay, everyone. Now let me show you some magic. Now watch what happens as I place my egg into this beaker of water. Ooh, it sank. That's because an egg is not a superhero like me. Oh, shush. Now watch me make this egg flow with my magic dust. Now as I add my magic dust into this beaker of water, I need you both to chant for me. Magic dust, magic dust, magic dust, magic dust. Your paws are so lame. Just be patient. Come on, let's continue chanting. Magic dust, magic dust, magic dust, magic dust, magic dust, magic dust. My powers have been harnessed. Actually, magic's fooling around. It's not magic. It's science. Now let my friend Anika explain to you why the egg floated in the water. Many children think an object will float on water if it's like our egg, which floated on water using our magic dust. What the children thought was actually wrong. Do you know why? To find out whether the object floats on water or sinks in water, we'll find its density. Before we move on to the next step, do you know what is density? The density of an object is its mass per unit volume. To find out the density of an object, we divide its mass by its volume. The diagram above me may show you a better idea of density. Both A and B have the same volume. A has a smaller mass, which means in my calculation, A is less dense than B. However, B have a larger mass and it is more dense than A. So, eeny, meeny, miny, moe, can spider on the wall, see you win, see you lose, eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Chloe, do you know what this science concept? The science concept is when an object is more dense than water, it will sink. When an object is less dense than water, it will float. An egg sinks in water because it's more dense than water. So, what was the magic dust? It was none other than salt, the seasoning that makes our fries extra yummy. Can we order some fries? Maybe after this presentation, we can go drop off at McDonald's. Okay, you two greedy pigs. Now let's get back to the topic. Adding salt to the water increased the density of the water. The water became more dense than the egg, and so the egg floated. Was I really a superhero? Did I really perform magic? No, they didn't. It was the magic of science. Before you go, did you know why Chloe could float in the Dead Sea? The Dead Sea is actually a swollen lake. Are you sure it is a swollen lake? Nah, I'm just kidding. It's actually a salt lake. It contains massive amounts of salt, making it so dense that even humans float on top of it. The Dead Sea got its name because no living things can survive in it. Thank you for your kind attention. I'm so hungry right now. Let's go now. You guys are so lame. I'm just gonna grab food.
Thank you so much. While you're grabbing your food, can you grab mine too? Okay, I'm just kidding. All right, judges, any feedback and questions for the team? Maybe Prof Lim can go first.
Well, I enjoy your acting. I mean, you certainly put in a lot of drama, okay, and it's fun to watch. And the whole idea of just one Dead Sea experience, you make it into a very interesting skit-like kind of presentation as we learn about density and salt. You mentioned a certain fast food chain. I wonder if the fast food chain sponsor you, because usually in the show, you mentioned a brand, you are actually making advertisement for them. So yeah, no, I mean, just that aside, yeah. Overall, I enjoy your presentation. Now, density and how you change the surrounding to make something buoyant or sink. Have you seen real application other than just like a science trick like this? Have you thought of, yeah?
Examples of things floating, not that much of sinking, but floating. Like, for example, how heavy steel ships float in the sea. even though they are very heavy, they have air inside, so it makes them less dense than the seawater.
Yes, yes. Well, I like to encourage you to think of how sometimes we can use this relative buoyancy to make something buoyant or make something sink to look into how to clear water pollution. Yeah, I don't see you on screen anymore. I only see Sony. You keep advertising for people. Right. Anyway, okay. Sponsored by Sony and that big M. No, I'm trying to encourage you to think of this application of the principle of buoyancy and sinking. And sometimes it helps to separate things that you do not want them to mix together, such as water pollution. Yeah, and if you can think along that line and apply your innovation, maybe one day you can also innovate something that can help clean up water that is full of all kinds of junk, right? Okay, thank you for a very fun and entertaining, and I like the way you dramatically smash to the wall. I can hear the bang sound on the wall. Okay, very dramatic, very energetic. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, Eggheads. I like your name, Eggheads. Have you tried to figure out how much salt it takes to float the egg? Like how many tablespoon minimum?
No, we don't know. We don't know that, but we'll find out later.
But you need a lot, right? I'm sure the
Yeah, we
liquid-
need a lot. We need a lot so that the egg can float.
So if I take a pail of salt and I pour into a swimming pool, will everybody float?
No, it might not be enough.
No, enough. Okay, great. I like your energy. I like the magic. I like the dramatic. It's very very funny. I enjoy myself. Thank you. Good job.
Thank you.
Hi, Eggheads. Well done. I really did enjoy that presentation. And similar to previous judges, it would be nice if you actually could show an experiment with different amount of salts, and then you can see it like floating at different levels. That would be quite cool. But one question I have for you is, can you think of another application just using eggs where you can tell if an egg is fresh or not? So why does a rotten egg float and a fresh egg sink?
Discuss. Thank you for your question. Can you give us a while to discuss?
Sure.
Actually, we don't know, but we are gonna search up later.
I think that is a great answer. So it's always good to be inquisitive and find things out. Well done.
Yeah. To give you a clue, have you just to give you a clue, have you heard people say it smells like rotten egg? Have you heard the phrase "smell like rotten egg"?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So think along that line. Why is there the smell of rotten egg? And what is that make the rotten egg float? Okay. Right.
Less density. Less dense.
Yeah, it became less dense compared to water. But what gave it that buoyancy? I think I've given you enough hints. You go and find out, okay? Yes.
Gas.
That is one. Yep, good. Okay. Right. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, judges, and thank you, Eggheads. Well, they now have a homework to do after this. Okay, let's
That's
watch
right.
their video right now.
Good afternoon, judges. I'm Anika, I'm Chloe, and I'm Lakshana from Gemin Primary School. We are the 3 Eggheads. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy our presentation. Hi, Anika and Chloe. It's been so long since we met. Did you guys have a nice holiday? Yes, I did. Mine was the best. I learned that I had a superpower since I was young. Really? What is it? superpowers of the superheroes. Didn't you watch Spider-Man? Silly old elf. How dare you say that? I'm not kidding. I was looking through my photos in my photo album and I saw myself floating in the sea. I was even reading a book while floating. Here, let me show you a picture. Wow, that's amazing. You aren't lying, but what exactly did you go? It's called the movies, the Dead Sea. Ah! Dead Sea? You can actually ghosts, vampires, monsters, zombies out there trying to kill me? Boom! Haven't you heard of the Dead Sea before? I have, but I thought it was more fairy tale or a horror book. Well, it can't be helped. Everyone knows that you're a bookworm. Okay, everyone. Now let me show you some magic. Now watch what happens as I place my egg into this beaker of water. Ooh, it sank. That's because an egg is not a superhero like me. Oh, shush. Now, watch me make this egg float with my magic dust. Now, as I add my magic dust into this beaker of water, I need you both to chant for me. Magic dust, magic dust, magic dust, magic dust, magic dust, magic dust, magic dust. Why is this taking so long? Just be patient. These magical powers are fake. Magic dust. Magic dust, magic dust, magic dust, magic dust. Come on, faster! My powers have been harnessed. Actually, you're just floating around. It's not magic. It's science. Now let my friend Anika explain to you why the egg floated in the water. Many children think an object will float on water if it's light, like our egg, which floated on water using our magic dust. What the children thought was actually wrong. Do you know why? That's right. To find out whether the object floats on water or sinks in water, we will find something called density. Before we move another step, do you know what is density? The density of an object is its mass per unit volume. To find out the density of an object, we divide its mass by its volume. The diagram above me may show you a better idea of density. Both A and B have the same volume, but A has a smaller mass. So, which means in my calculation, A is less dense than B. However, B has a larger mass and it is more than A. So, ini mini mani mo, pada on the ball, see a win, see a lose, ini mini mani mo. So, do you know what is the science concept? The science concept is when an object is more dense than water, it will sink. When an object is less dense than water, it will float. An egg sinks is because it is more dense than water. So, what was the magic dust? It was none other than salt, the seasoning that makes our fries extra yummy. Can we order some French fries? Maybe after this presentation, we can go buy some. Okay, everyone. Now back to the topic. Adding salt to the water increased the density of the water. The water became more dense than the egg, and so the egg floated. Was I really a superhero? Did I really perform magic? No, they didn't. It was the magic of science. Before you go, did you know why Chloe could float in the Dead Sea? The Dead Sea is actually a swan lake. Are you sure it's a swan lake? Nah, I'm just kidding. It's actually a salt lake. It contains massive amounts of salt, making it so dense that even humans float on top of it. The Dead Sea got its name because no living things can survive in it. Thank you for your kind attention. Now let's order some McDonald's French fries. Yeah, let's go buy now. You guys are so lame. I'm gonna grab food.
All right, I think I need some French fries as well.
Yeah, that's true. Craving for some now.
Okay, that was P030 by Eggheads. That was the video by them. Oh, next up we have P09, also by Jiamin Primary. Their name is Hydraulic lift trail. So what they will be doing is they will be showing a demonstration on about the famous scientist Pascal's discovery of the law of hydrostatics. Shall we have them on screen?
Maybe you go further away.
Hi, sorry, we are having some
All
technical
right, sure, no
difficulty. Can you
worries.
just give us maybe 2 minutes?
Sure.
Sure, will do. We'll go back to us.
Yes, that's the
Yes.
beauty of live stream, you see. So we have issues like that. So don't worry about it. You just see more of us on
Yep.
screen. No worries. Okay, just while waiting for that, maybe we can just go through the voting portal once
Yeah, we
again.
can go through one more
Yeah,
time. Yeah.
we will just remind you guys again on how you should vote for your favorite team. So again, these video will actually be a walkthrough on how you can vote for your favorite team. So you just have to log in to the website.
www.sunteam.edu.sg.
Thank you so much, Marcus. And after which you'll be redirected to this page where you are gonna be this mini cute avatar going around playing some games. Just go through the tutorial. So not to worry, you're not at the wrong page. So you just have to finish the tutorial, and then once you complete the missions and the mini task, you will then be able to create an account to visit the booth to vote for your favorite team. So while you are going through the tutorial, you just be tasked to complete some missions and play some games, and then you just go through that. Then you can create your account.
Yep. So once you got account, then you can start roaming around with your avatar and go to the voting booth, where you can see in the short clip later on.
Yep.
So once you are at the voting booth, you can view all the videos that you are interested in and start voting for your favorite teams.
That's right.
Yeah. So you can see now the avatar went to the voting booth and he clicks on watch the video that he's interested in. It's about global climate, I guess.
No, this is just an example, okay, guys. This is just a sample video. So don't worry, it won't redirect you to a global climate change video. It will just redirect you to the respective team videos. And once you watch them, you can select the category, the team stage name, as well as the type of award that the team can win. Yep. Okay. So I don't think we will just give a bit more time to the team, I guess.
Yes,
okay.
of course.
So,
definitely. So what do you think about the past few teams in the afternoon?
Well, the teams are really energetic in the afternoon. I mean, for me, if let's say you task me to do something in the afternoon after lunch, I'll probably have food coma. How about you, Marcus? I'm actually having it right now. Sorry, I'm kidding. Okay, the teams are really, really, really good. It's really hard to choose any team in particular to choose which is the best. Well, we have more teams to go, and I think our team right now is ready to wow us with their basking. Let's see the team if they are up and running.
Hello, hydraulic lift trail. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Great, awesome. So are you guys ready to present?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. All the best. You have 5 minutes. Here we go.
Hello and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Purnika, and my friends right here are Yarini and Nandana. We are the hydraulic lift trio from German Primary School studying in Primary 5. And as you can see on this table here, we have a simple project on hydraulic scissor lift with us. We will now present a small yet entertaining skit on this topic. So without further ado, let's go!
Hi guys, boss has just sent me an email saying that the three of us have to work on a project. What project is it? We are going to paint a building. Boss asked us to come up with a better and safer way to paint the building. Do you have any ideas?
We can rent a crane or build scaffolds. But we can't do either of that since it requires more manpower.
Oh, I have an idea. But first, let's go get changed. We'll get fire.
So, anyways, what was your idea?
We can use a hydraulic scissor lift.
Scissors? Are the scissors going to cut us up while we are being lifted? That's so dangerous. Why do you want to use that?
Stop imaging so much lah. Scissor lifts use cross balance supports to move up and down. The mechanism it uses to move the lift up and down depends on the way it's powered. We can use a hydraulic system to operate it.
What are hydraulic systems anyway? Oh, I know that. Hydraulic systems use liquids to transmit forces within the liquid by increasing the pressure. This is based on a really interesting law called Pascal's law. And Pascal's law states that pressure change on an incompressible liquid in a confined space is passed equally throughout the liquid in all directions. So that means that a hydraulic system is basically just a force multiplying device.
Yes. Here's a prototype of a hydraulic lift. It consists of a platform, syringes, scissor legs, base, and a tube. Here's how to operate it. Fill both the syringes with liquid and place the piston of syringe A firmly to the lower scissor leg. Now, push the piston of syringe B. This will move the liquid inside syringe B to the tube, simultaneously pushing the piston of syringe A and thereby lifting the platform with the load on it.
To bring it down, pull the piston of syringe B, which causes the scissor legs to fold and bring the platform down. Am I correct?
Yes!
Wow, that's so interesting. Anyways, I hope you understand how Pascal's law works here.
Yes, I understand. When we apply pressure on the liquid inside syringe B, the pressure is transmitted to the liquid and the wall of the piston of syringe A.
Hydraulic lifts are effective for raising and lowering people, equipment, and goods. When we use hydraulic mechanism to power lift, it's easier and operators typically do not need much training. It is also ergonomically safe and does not take up much space. This is suitable for simple projects where speed and horsepower are less important.
Now that I think of it, I think I've seen these lifts during building repairs and shifting cars in a showroom. Sometimes these act as a lifesaver. These lifts are often on top of fire engines and SCDF vehicles. But the downside is that a hydraulic scissor lift can only reach up to 60 feet, right?
Oh yeah, that's fine. The building we are going to paint isn't that tall, so we can use this for a project. I'll email boss about our plans. Thanks for the idea. We hope you enjoyed our presentation. Once again, we're the hydraulic lift trio from Jamin Primary School. Thank you.
Thank you, hydraulic lift trio. So now on to questions. Robert, do you want to go first?
Hi, great presentation. I like that you put a nice skit into your whole scenario. I was wondering, did you build your hydraulic lift by yourself and your props?
Yes. Yes.
Wonderful. So my question to you is there a way of, you think you can actually make the lift stronger? Like, how would you go about making a scissor lift be able to take more weight in terms of adjusting the hydraulics? Do you have any idea?
Thank you for the question. May I discuss with my group, please?
Sure.
Thank you. Yes. Maybe we can make the scissor legs more stronger to make it lift up more weight.
Okay, so you're reinforcing the lift itself. What about the hydraulics? Do you think putting extra syringes or bigger syringes would make a difference?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, cool. Well done. Enjoyed your presentation.
Thank you.
I want to build on what Dr. Robert has said. Have you observed in nature that there are indeed some animals use hydraulic principle to either move themselves about or to make them functional in the sea? I give you a hint. think in terms of the coral reef, what kind of animals that come to your mind when I say that the way they extend and retract reminds us of the hydraulic principle? You watch the animation Finding Nemo? Okay, I give you enough hint. No, the clownfish don't use hydraulic principle. I mean, I'm talking about other kind of animals. Where do clownfish usually live? They live among?
In the corals.
Animal corals.
No, it's in the marine. But have you seen sea anemone, right?
Yeah, the wiggly things.
Yeah, the sea anemone, right? So sometimes they will repair and sometimes they extend. So in a way, it's very much hydraulic. And if you think along that line, then you'll see that there are many so-called boneless, no backbone kind of creatures. They use hydraulic for them to extend and move about. So I would encourage you to observe and even think of how all these soft bones creatures make themselves quite strong and move about. And that may also help you answer what Dr. Robert has asked you, right? Otherwise, I enjoy your show, and it's good that you went to disappear and transform yourself into engineers, putting on the helmet. We hope that you will indeed one day become engineers, right? Because you build things that can transform the way we live. Well done. Keep it up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, hydraulic lift trio. Good job. I love your energy. I like the quick change. 2 out of 3 quick change. But you keep us entertained with the music. Good job. I just have a question. What is the biggest, most powerful hydraulic example you've seen before? Biggest?
Maybe when in showrooms they shift the cars.
Yeah, car showrooms.
Car showrooms. Okay. I'm actually very intrigued with hydraulic. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Like when they used to shift the cars in the car showrooms, like to move it to places, different places, high places, to go put the cars there.
Yeah, and then for elevators, they also use the hydraulic systems.
Yes, they even use it to lift rockets. They take the rocket, lift the rocket up to vertical. They even lift buildings with it. Anyway, good job. Good presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, P009, hydraulic lift trio. So let's head on to their video.
Hello and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We are the hydraulic lift trio from German Primary School studying in Primary 5. I'm Purnika. My friends right here are Yarni and Namana. So, as you can see from the on this table here, we have a simple project on hydraulic scissor lift. We will now present a small yet entertaining skit on this topic. So, without further ado, let's go.
Hi guys, boss has just sent me an email saying that the 3 of us have to work on a project.
What project is it?
We are going to paint a building. Boss asked us to come up with a better and safer way to paint the building. Do you have any ideas?
We can rent a crane or build a scaffold. But we can't do either of that since it requires more manpower.
Oh, I have an idea. But first, let's get changed.
Okay.
Hurry up, or you're gonna be fired!
So what was your idea? We can use a hydraulic scissor lift.
What is that? Scissor lifts use cross-balance supports to move up and down. The mechanism uses to move the lift up and down depends on the way it is powered. We can use a hydraulic system to operate it.
What are hydraulic systems anyway?
Oh, I know that. Hydraulic systems use liquids to transmit forces within the liquid by increasing the pressure.
This is based on a really interesting law called Pascal's law. And Pascal's law states that pressure change on an incompressible liquid in a confined space is passed equally throughout the liquid in all directions. So that means that hydraulic systems are basically just a force multiplying device.
Yes, here's a prototype of a hydraulic lift. It consists of platform, syringes, scissor legs, base, and a tube. Here's how to operate it. Fill both the syringes with liquid and place the piston or syringe A firmly to the lower scissor leg. Now, push the piston or syringe B. This will move the liquid inside syringe B to the tube, simultaneously pushing the piston or syringe A and thereby lifting the platform with the load on it. To bring it down, pull the piston or syringe B, which causes the scissor legs to fold and bring the platform down. Am I correct?
Yes. Wow, that is so interesting. Anyways, I hope you understand how Pascal's law works here.
Yes, I understand. When we apply pressure on the liquid inside syringe B, the pressure is transmitted to the liquid in the wall of the piston or syringe A. Hydraulic systems are effective for raising and lowering people, equipment, and goods. When we use hydraulic mechanism to power lift, it is easier and operators typically do not need much training. It is also ergonomically safe and does not take up much space. This is suitable for simple projects where speed and horsepower are less important.
Actually, I think I've seen these lifts during building repairs and shifting cars in a showroom. Sometimes these act as a lifesaver. These lifts are often on top of fire engines and SCDF vehicles. But the downside is that a hydraulic scissor lift can only reach up to 60 feet, right?
Oh yeah, that's fine. The building we are going to paint isn't that tall, so we can use this for our project. I'll email boss about our plans. We hope you enjoyed our presentation. Once again, we are the hydraulic lift trio from Jamin Primary School.
Thank you and goodbye!
All right, that was the video by Team P009. And next we have the team P160. Team name is Super Strength. Now the experiment will be showing her superhuman strength and how she crumble an aluminum can with her bare hands. Now let's check out how she does it. Hello.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sneha. Today, I am going to present to you an experiment that is sure to leave everyone puzzled, and it will also make many people think that you have super strength. To begin, let me ask you a simple question. Do you think superheroes are real? Well, most people think they're just characters in a comic, but in reality, they are far more than that. And I am a living proof of a superhero. I was on a quest to find an experiment. And let me tell you how that started. Once I was drinking my favorite beverages. Once I was done drinking, I was only left with the aluminum can that held the beverages. I didn't need it, so I found an interesting way to destroy the cans creatively. Let me tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to poke my finger through this can. 3, 2, 1. There. I have made a hole in the can. I can even tear it apart. It's almost like I'm playing with paper. It doesn't feel like a regular aluminum can. Instead, it feels a lot softer. Let me do another one if you're not convinced. This is the second one. As you can see, I'm able to tear it out easily. Now, you might be trying to figure out the science behind it, but think no more, because I'm going to reveal the secret to you. I could not have done this experiment without something called gallium. Let me explain. Gallium is a chemical element with the symbol Ga and atomic number 51. Gallium was founded in 1875 by French chemist Paul-Émile Lecoq-Levias. Gallium is in group 13 of the periodic table. Gallium is very corrosive. It reacted with the aluminum in this can to create an alloy that crumbles to the touch. Gallium attacks many other metals by diffusing into their grain boundaries, making them extremely brittle. That's what it did with the can. Therefore, the can broke apart easily. Well, gallium is not usually spoken about, so I have created these few charts for you to know more about gallium. Here is the first chart. It contains 4 facts. This fact is my favorite. I never knew gallium was found in Earth's crust. And this one too. You can take a screenshot of it if you like. I also have these. And these. I love these facts. If I hadn't gotten the opportunity to look for an experiment like this, I wouldn't even have done it. Now, I have explained a lot to you about gallium and also how it reacted with the aluminum in the can to make it break apart. But till now, I don't think I've told you how to do the experiment yourself at home. So, here's what you'll need. You'll need a tube of gallium, an aluminum can, a piece of sandpaper, and lots of patience. First, take your aluminum can and your sandpaper. Rub the sandpaper thoroughly on the can and stop rubbing when you see a silvery surface on the can. We rub the sandpaper on the can to remove the coating of paint. The paint restricts the gallium from entering the aluminum and breaking it apart. Next, take your tube of gallium and pour a tiny drop of it onto the silvery part of the can. Be mindful of how much gallium you use because it is rare and can hardly be found. Once you've poured the gallium onto the silvery part, make sure you monitor it closely. And this is where all the patience must come in. You have to wait at least for 2 hours for the gallium to completely get absorbed by the aluminum can. After that, you'll be able to break it easily, just like I did with these 2 cans. I hope you benefited something from my experiment. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, P160. Judges, comments and feedback from you. Kiki, you want to go first?
Yes, hi, super strength. That is indeed super strength. Actually, I myself am very interested in gallium. I have a bottle of gallium with me. Been wanting to try the experiment with the can, but I'm just curious. Is it possible to recover the gallium after it melts the can?
It is not possible to recover the gallium as the gallium is fully absorbed by the aluminum.
I see. So thank you for doing it for me so that I don't have to. Very good experiment. Thank you so much.
Hi, Super Strength. Yeah, that was a really quite a powerful experiment that you did. I was a bit taken aback with the impact it had. That really is remarkable. What made you choose this experiment? Why did you choose this? Why did you choose this experiment?
When I first saw it online, it really wowed me, and I had to double check to see if it was a camera trick or if it was real. And I thought that it would wow regular people like us too. So I decided to do it for this opportunity.
Well, you certainly met your objectives. It truly was a wow, and I also was wondering whether that's a camera trick. So really well done, and thanks for explaining the science behind. My one little question I want to ask is because this is quite a corrosive substance. So what kind of safety precautions do you think you need to take when you're handling gallium?
Gallium is not dangerous as of such, so you can touch it without having to wear any gloves, but it will leave a stain on your hand, but it can be washed off with soap. And also inhaling too many fumes that gallium emits is very harmful as it replaces the oxygen in your lungs. But you don't have to take any safety precaution when you're handling gallium. Because unlike mercury, it's very safe.
Well, thank you for introducing gallium through this Science Buskers, and I think all of us learned something. I also learned something. I'm curious how you use the gallium to treat the can. Do you have to do something to what's the procedure you use to make the galleon coat the inside of the can? What did you do?
I did not coat the inside of the can because when I took this can, it was as it is. I did not do anything with it. And I directly rubbed it with sandpaper and put gallium on it. And that's how the can broke, but it takes some time.
So you need to rub with sandpaper.
Yes,
Yeah. So why do you need that step?
because there is a protective layer that restricts the gallium from being absorbed by the can, and therefore the can won't be able to break.
Right. And where do you get the gallium from? You just order online or what?
Yes, I ordered online.
Yes. And you kept it aside now for because you didn't use up all, right?
Yes, I did not use up all.
Yeah.
And it's
So
quite
so so my
expensive.
question. Yes. So my question is, what do you intend to do with it? Because whether there's an expiry date, and if there's an expiry date, then what you paid for it will become wasted. So I'm just very curious if you intend to make use of the galleon that is still with you for something else, and what might that be?
My brother loves touching gallium, and my mother never allows him because of the science buster. She doesn't want him to waste. But now I can let him go and play with how much ever gallium he wants.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Probably you and your brother can co-create and think of how you can make use of that. And if you come up with something that is fascinating and can wow people, I encourage you to record it, because who knows, you may become the next follower. You may get people to follow you, and you inspire another follower to come up with a new rounds of different kind of busking tricks. Yeah. So don't let the gallium go to waste. And if you really do not know what to do and you don't want to waste it, you can sell it to Kiki, since he uses that. Okay. Trade. Okay. Thank you.
We have entrepreneur in the making. All right, thank you, judges, and thank you, team P160. Let's watch her video right now.
The dream of every kid is to become a superhero. Superheroes like Hulk and Batman have inspired generations. But most people don't believe of their existence. Don't worry, I, Super Science Woman, is living proof. Like every superhero, I have a superpower. The power of super strength. I can even prove it to you. Now watch as I poke my finger through this ordinary aluminum can. Now, let's look at the top over here. And I'm going to poke my finger through. There. Look at that. That is part of the aluminum can, which now turns into a clay-like substance. I can just take out the whole top from the can. It's not sharp, and it's really cool. Now, if you're not convinced, I'm gonna do it again. There. The can broke into pieces. Do you know how I did that? It's all thanks to gallium. Gallium reacts with aluminum to create an aluminum alloy that crumbles at the touch. Gallium attacks many other metals by diffusing into the grain boundaries and making them extremely brittle. If you want to know more about gallium, you can look at this chart I prepared specifically for you. Now, I'm going to show you how you can do this experiment yourself at home. Firstly, get ready with your can. Then, take a piece of sandpaper and rub it on the can to remove the protective layer. Keep rubbing until you see a silvery surface, like mine. After that, you can start pouring your gallium on top with a syringe.
You can let it set for about 1 hour once you're done. After 1 hour, you will find that you will be easily able to poke your finger through. As I said, it's not sharp, so you don't have to worry. Now you know a lot more about gallium and how it affects aluminum by watching this video. Until next time, bye-bye!
Right, that was Super Strength by North Oaks Primary School. So, Diana, I got a question for you.
Yes, Marcus. What is it?
What super hero powers do you want to have?
Oh, that's very tough question. I'll probably need more than one. But if I were to just choose one, probably the ability to teleport, so I don't have to take the public transport to work.
Okay,
And
that
won't
was
be
lazy
late.
power. That's a lazy power.
Hey, don't say that. I'm using my ability to be punctual to work.
All right, so on to the next team. We have also from North Oaks Primary. The name is Chemical Reactor. His team code is P165. So he will be demonstrating on the use of two chemical reactions to produce a hissing sound and changing the color of a liquid. So let's have him on the screen. Oh, sorry, it's her. Right. So hi there. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Okay, you're good to go. Be very confident. Don't be scared. All the best.
Hello everyone, my name is KidsSTOP and I'm from North Oaks Primary School. Today, I'm going to tell you a story about Chelsea's birthday party. Hello guys, my name is Barbie and today is my sister's Chelsea's birthday. I'm going to be cooking her favorite food, pizza. I'm now in the kitchen. I'm going to cook the sauce for my pizza. I've gathered all the ingredients and we'll start cooking it now. Look at how it sizzles. The sauce is perfectly done. Let me show you my pizza. See how pretty it is. I'm going to send it to the oven for baking now. While the pizza is in the oven, I'm going to prepare a special drink for Chelsea to go with the pizza. I prepared some water. Let me add some ice to it. Mix well. Oh, what is happening? My drink is colorless. How did it turn pink? Oh well, pink is my favorite color. I think Chelsea will like it too. Oh, Chelsea's back home. I'll see you guys later. Let me explain to you what happened just now when Barbie is cooking. How did Barbie's special pizza sauce get boiling without us really cooking it? The secret is using baking soda and vinegar. To get the orange color, we added a little turmeric powder. Let me show you how it's done. Baking soda is bicarbonate and vinegar is acid. One of the products this reaction creates is carbon dioxide, which makes the bubbles and that looks like it's boiling. How did the water turn into pink? The special ingredient is butterfly pea flower tea ice cubes. When we brew the butterfly pea flower tea, it has a nice blue color. When something acidic is added to it, it will turn into pink. In this experiment, we used vinegar. When we pour the vinegar onto the ice cubes, the drink becomes acidic and therefore turns into a nice pink color. Let me show you how it's done.
we enjoy our science experiments. Thank you.
Yeah, muted. I cannot hear you.
Oh, sorry, I muted again. Yeah, thanks for the experiment chemical reactor. So on to questions. Prof. Lim, do you want to go first?
Okay. Well, it is a very cute story, and you use obviously your toys, your doll, your little doll environment to narrate the story, and you built in a kitchen scene. And I like the way you make that cooking, boiling, which is a very common thing that we see in the kitchen with bubble and all that, and you use that to demonstrate using the combination of chemical reaction and the ice and the water turning pink. I was wondering what were you putting in there, and when you explain that is the blue pea flower, then I understand what it was all about. So there was a little bit of mystery behind your science demo until you explain. So I think that is a nice part. Okay, just for your improvement in future, try not to hide behind because you put the tables and all that. So when you are trying to prepare things, it's all behind, it's below, it's blocked by the table. In front of you, you see the table, the toy table, and I think that should be cleared away when you want to explain. That will make your whole explanation much clearer. Yeah. Okay. So this is just for your improvement because you are so young, and I'm sure that if you enjoy science communication, you'll continue to brush up your skills and become better and better as you take part. Who knows, you may come back next year again with another story, probably extension of your kitchen science. And indeed, there is a lot of science behind cooking and kitchen, and what you have shown us is one aspect of that. And both are actually real. Both can be really in the cooking scene. So I want to encourage you to think along that line. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Hi, chemical reactor. Nice name. Like the presentation in a playroom setting. Yeah, you're making it very entertaining, very well rehearsed. I'm just curious. Can we take a look at the pizza, the small little pizza? Was it a pizza on your left? The pan. Can we take a closer look?
You mean the pizza in the oven? That is a toy, right?
Okay, that's the pizza. I mean the one on your left.
The one with the turmeric, the one with the turmeric,
one.
with the sizzling, bubbling thing. Yeah.
No, it's a sauce.
Oh, making the sauce. Yes, the sauce, the pizza sauce.
Okay, I see.
Cooking, boiling the sauce.
Yes. Okay. Good job. Very entertaining. Thank you.
Yeah,
thank
in
you.
fact, you should go into real pizza because a lot of real pizza science behind. Okay, sorry, Robert. Go ahead.
No, it's good. I
Yes.
agree. So, like, if you actually are cooking, really cooking, you can do a lot of cooking science. But I do like that
Yes.
you've brought your play element into the science, and I think a lot of people lack that play and imagination. So that was a really good way of putting play with science and education. So well done.
Okay, that was chemical reactor from North Oaks Primary. So let's view her video.
Hi guys, my name is Barbie. Today is my sister's Chelsea's birthday. I'm going to make her favorite food, pizza! I am now in the kitchen. I am going to cook the sauce for my pizza. I've gathered all the ingredients and we'll start cooking it now. The sauce is perfectly done. I am going to arrange the pizza for baking now. Look, see how pretty it is. I am going to send the pizza into the oven for baking now. While the pizza is in the oven, I am going to make Chelsea a special drink to go with the pizza. Oh, what
happening? My drink is blue. How did it turn pink? Oh well, pink is my favorite color. I think Chelsea will like it too. Oh, Chelsea is back home. I'll see you guys later. Hi guys, my name is Cadence Wu, and I'm from Tree Juniper. Let me explain to you what happened just now when Barbie is cooking. How does Barbie's special pizza sauce get boiling without us really cooking it? The secret is using baking soda and vinegar. To get the orange color, we added a little turmeric powder. The baking soda is bicarbonate and vinegar is acid. One of the products this reaction creates is carbon dioxide, which makes the bubbles, and that looks like the sauce is boiling. Let me show you how it's done. We'll add a little turmeric powder to the baking soda. Then we'll stir it up. Next, we will add a little vinegar. See? This is how we made it boil. How did the blue drink turn into pink? The special ingredient is butterfly pea flower. When we brew the butterfly pea flower tea, it has a nice blue color. When something acidic is added to it, it will turn into pink. In this experiment, we used lemon juice. We freeze some lemon juice beforehand, and they became ice cubes. When we pour the tea into it, the drink became acidic, and therefore it turned into a nice pink color. Let me show you. Give it a little stir. See, it turned pink. I hope you enjoy our science experiment. Thank you.
That is such an adorable video. Okay, now we are down to our final team. We have P139, Team TMD from Princess Elizabeth Primary School. They're gonna do on the law of conservation of energy under 5 minutes. So the demonstration will explain the law of conservation of energy and how in one case energy loss is not welcome and in another case energy loss is good. So let's have the team on screen. Okay, TMD, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, if you are ready, your 5 minutes, you may begin.
Good afternoon. I have here 3 objects: a banana, a battery, and a raised swing. These 3 objects are very different but have one thing in common. Can you guess what it is? Any volunteers? Answer is that they all have stored energy. The banana contains chemical energy, and when I eat it, it gets converted into fuel so I can do work. The battery also contains chemical energy. When I put inside this flashlight, it gets converted into electrical energy, then into light energy. The raised swing has gravitational potential energy. When I release the swing, it gets converted into kinetic energy. These 3 objects follow the law of conservation of energy, which states that energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but can only be transferred from one form to another. Let's take a closer look. Have you ever wondered why a swing lasts so long once you give it a push? Here's why. A swing works by converting energy back and forth. When I pull the swing, I'm building out gravitational potential energy. Gravitational potential energy is stored energy due to its position to the ground. It means it has the potential to do work due to gravity. When I release the swing, it gets converted into kinetic energy as gravity pulls it downwards. When it moves up, it gets converted back into gravitational potential energy. This will go on and on, but will eventually stop due to friction at the above joints and air resistance. That's why you have to give it extra energy by giving it a push for it to last longer. In this case, we don't want energy loss, as we want to keep swinging. Can you think where energy loss might be useful? The answer is in buildings where there are strong winds and earthquakes. You see, during an earthquake, the energy in the vibrations of the earthquake will get transferred to the building, causing it to vibrate. I will show that to you in this setup. I've constructed two buildings. I will shake a skateboard simulating an earthquake. Let me show you. That's why it is so important to reduce these vibrations. So how do you do that? Engineers do this by attaching something called a twin mass damper. It is a pendulum-like structure. Here's an example from Taipei 101 Tower. I have my own twin mass damper, and I'll attach it to one of the buildings. Observe what happens. Did you catch that? The building without the pendulum shook more. Let's see why. When I attach the pendulum inside the building, the energy in the vibrations of the building will get transferred to the pendulum, causing it to swing back and forth. Eventually, the pendulum will slow down as energy dissipates due to friction and air resistance. This will reduce the vibrations of the building and will keep it safe. So in this case, energy loss is a good thing, and it can save lives. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Team TMD. Now, while the team is actually switching the cameras, okay, she's ready now. Okay, judges, questions and feedbacks to the team. Maybe Dr. Robert can go first.
Wow, so thank you so much. That was a really great presentation. You have a really good presenter's voice, and the way you structured your presentation was really nice. Did you build all your props yourself?
Yes, I did. For the buildings, right, you see here, right, I used something called connects, right, to build the buildings. And I also used like if you see the pendulum, right, I used a string attached to some like nuts and bolts, right, and I want to attach it to the building.
Cool. So what made you choose this whole topic of energy? Because it's a fascinating topic.
Well, a few like months ago, right, I came across like a few videos about how like buildings, right, and how they are able to like withstand like strong winds and earthquakes. And I got very interested in these tall buildings. So I decided to do more research, and I came out with this topic.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, well done. I really enjoyed myself. Thank you.
Hi.
Kiki, go ahead. Kiki, go ahead.
Okay, your name, you call yourself TMD. What does it stand for?
Well, TMD, right? It stands for tuned mass damper, right?
Wow.
It stands for tuned mass damper. So like in the building setup, right? This is the tuned mass damper. So like a tuned mass damper, like what it means is that it's like a mass, right? Like a pendulum, right? That damps out like all like the vibrations of the earthquake and is tuned to the natural frequency of the building.
Great. Actually been to the Taipei 101. Actually seen the huge damper myself. It's truly amazing. I like your presentation. It's very clear communication, very well rehearsed, and I like your confidence. Very good. Good job. Thank you.
Yes, indeed, you impressed me a lot. That you are so confident that you are almost. If I close my eyes, I wouldn't be able to imagine that you're actually so young. You're so young, and yet you spoke with great confidence, and the topic is rather mature. So the TMB is like the mature boy, the boy who could talk like a man, and I like your construction and your illustration and demonstration with the whole building shaking and the damper working. It's very, very effective. And for a moment, I thought you came to Science Center to see our exhibit. We have this exhibit. We also have got our Taipei 101 exhibit. So I would encourage you to come to the Science Center to see more of such. And if you like to really tinker with things and make structure to illustrate engineering and physical and scientific principle, we will be quite happy to, in a way, see how we could work with you through maybe your parents, because I can see a real engineer in you. You are serious and yet you are quite fun. I know you have a serious face, but I think inside you are quite adventurous, kind of a boy. So in short, I'm very impressed by your presentation. And by the way, that skateboard, was that yours? Is that your skateboard? Do you really play with a skateboard?
Oh, yeah, it's my skateboard. Yeah, I think I bought it a few years ago, I think. Yeah, so I found out like I was thinking, oh, what can I use to like shake the buildings? And then I thought of it for a while. And then I thought of using a skateboard.
Right. So are you a good skateboarder? Are you going to represent Singapore for the Olympics?
I'm okay. I mean, I can kind of like use a skateboard, but I can't really do too many tricks.
Yeah, okay. Because we are skateboard and all that, you may even adventure to use skateboard to illustrate science, to illustrate principle. Now that we cannot come physically, but imagine in the future if you want to go to do a science demo using the skateboard plus all your conservation of energy. To me, that is a very interesting storyline that you can even build a whole series of it, just like the way you watched some documentary about tall buildings. Who knows? TMB may become a brand name for us, that you really talk about energy and how energy is so important in our daily life and how energy is transformed and converted in different forms. And I like the way you put it. Losing energy is good, which is in a way contradictory to our thinking, right? I mean, we said you must be energized, make sure you don't be so lethargic. But then you give us an interesting twist to it, that is, sometimes it's good to lose the energy. So well done. And indeed, you are probably beyond your age. You give us even philosophical thinking. Well done. TMB. Right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, judges, and thank you to our last team, TMD. I think, Marcus, we will probably see a lot of these Science Buskers finalists at Science Center soon.
Yeah,
Okay.
we hope to see them actually.
All right, down to the last video.
The great thing about a swing is that you don't have to wind it up like a toy or put batteries inside of it. Just give it a kick and it'll start swinging. What's the science behind this? Let's see. Swings are huge pendulums. A pendulum simply consists of a weight at one end of a string tied to a fixed point. See the resemblance? Pendulums, including swings, work by converting energy back and forth. It follows the law of conservation of energy. The law of conservation of energy states that energy can neither be created or destroyed, but can only be transferred from one form to another. When I pull the pendulum, I am building up gravitational potential energy. Gravitational potential energy is stored energy due to the position to the ground. It means it has the potential to do work due to gravity. When I release the pendulum, the gravitational potential energy becomes active as gravity pulls it downwards. It converts into kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is energy of motion. Kinetic energy gets converted back into potential energy as the pendulum climbs up to its other highest position. This exchange of energy between potential and kinetic energy will continue. Watch this.
However, the pendulum will slow down due to energy loss through friction at the joints and air resistance. That's why you have to add extra energy by giving it a push for it to swing longer. With a swing, we will want less energy loss because we want it to swing longer. Can you think of ways where energy loss might be useful? The answer is in buildings during an earthquake. You see, during an earthquake, the energy and the vibrations of the earthquake get transferred to the building, causing it to vibrate. I have a setup to demonstrate this. I have here 2 buildings. I will shake the skateboard, simulating an earthquake. As you can see, earthquakes can cause structural damage to the building. It can also harm people inside the building. So how do you lose this energy? Well, engineers do this by adding something called a tuned mass damper. It is a pendulum-like structure. Here's an example in IP11. I have made a pendulum representing a tuned mass damper. I'll attach it to one of the buildings. What do you think will happen? Observe closely. Whoa. The building without the pendulum shook more. It is a law of conservation of energy at work. There's a very interesting phenomenon when you put 2 pendulums together. Let's take a look. I have hooked 2 pendulums to a common string. I want you to observe what happens to the blue pendulum when I give the pink pendulum a light swing. The pink pendulum slows down as the blue pendulum starts swinging. Then, the reverse happens. What is happening is that the energy from the pink pendulum is getting transferred to the blue pendulum. Then the energy from the blue pendulum is getting transferred to the pink pendulum. It works the same way in buildings. A building is like an upside-down pendulum. So when I attach a pendulum inside of the building, the energy and the vibrations of the building will get transferred to the pendulum, making it swing. Eventually, the pendulum will slow down due to friction and air resistance. This will reduce the vibrations of the building. In this case, energy loss is a good thing. It can save lives. Thanks for watching.
Okay, that was the last team for today. But before we end, let's give a round of applause to all our teams today and of course the judges as well. Thank you. All right, so Prof. Ling, Kiki, and Dr. Robert, thank you so much. And to all of our primary schools as well, a job well done. We wish you all the best.
Now, for those who have not yet voted, once again, here are the steps to vote for the teams. So you have actually until 12th of November to cast your votes for this. Yeah. So the same thing, you just have to log on to the URL. Marcus, what's the URL again?
And it's www.unteam.edu.sg.
That's right. So once you log into the URL, you will just be redirected to the tutorial. You just have to go through that, and then once you complete the missions and mini games inside, you will then be able to create an account. So once you have created an account, you can actually go around the portal and then visit the booths to vote for your favorite team. So for the teams that you wish to support, you can actually just click on the drop-down list the team that you like to have, the team code or the team stage name, and then click on the award that you like them to win and submit. As easy as that. So you can just tune into the website for actually more information on that. And not to worry, we will actually be sending the guide as well as this video walkthrough to our teacher coordinators as well. So not to worry about that, yeah? We will also be posting it on our Facebook page, the Science Buskers Facebook page, so you can take a look and refresh your memory on the steps once again. So we have 3 different categories, the primary, the secondary school, as well as the tertiary and open. So just select the category that you like to vote for and then submit. Hope you can also enjoy the mini games and missions within the portal itself. Yep. So you have until 12th of November to cast your vote. So do stay tuned for the results that we released mid or end of November. So just look out for that on our website and Facebook page as well.
Yep. So thank you once again for joining us and seeing this through together. We appreciate your attendance and would like to express our appreciation to everyone, including the teachers and the parents who did the background work and helped your help your student or your child, who
Yep.
has been on the show. So do tune in tomorrow for the secondary and tertiary open category teams at 9 a.m.
Yep.
Yep.
That's correct. So once again, this is Singapore Science Buskers, organized by the Science Centre Singapore. Thank you very much. I am Diana.
I'm Marcus.
And we will see you again tomorrow. We will be streaming live again on both the Science Buskers Facebook page as well as the Science Centre YouTube page.
Have a good evening, everyone, and goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow.
Goodbye, everyone.